Another Thursday. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna adjust the lighting maybe a little bit. Let's see what happens here while we wait. It fluctuates. Let's see if that's any better. Checkity, check. That's something I do. I have an older phone and something I'm talking about getting replaced. I have an older phone and I taped this show from my older phone, but it still works, you know. And when I got this phone, everyone was like, "Dang, dude, let's use your phone. It's the best." And now my phone's old, but that's how fast phones get replaced. You know that the iPhone has only been around like 8 years. It was invented in 2013. So for there to be already like 13 generations of the iPhone in 8 years, that's saying a lot. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. I am your host, Jason Zalakis. I hope that you can hear me out there. I suppose it's notifying you if we're live. We are live in Los Angeles today. Let's get right to it. We don't care if the people are watching. We do. We do it for you. So we want you to watch. We're waiting for the viewers here. It said it went live. We're starting to get some viewership. Let's see what's going on here. Tick, tick. Let's see. Hello. We could do this move. I love this move. No, I'm taping. I don't know why the gerbil eats Cheerios at midnight. No, I have to go. No, hold on. Later, after the show. All right, hold on. Hi. Anyway, so welcome to Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. I am your host, Jason Zalakis. And I wanted to talk about last week's show. Last week's show was a huge hit. One of my favorite shows for sure. This month we are kicking off. October is obviously October. It's Halloween. It's a horror month. So we are interviewing horror celebrities, or I don't know if they're celebrities, but horror actors all month. I'm not a celebrity. I'm an actor. I'm a working actor. And actually, I'm doing commercials and have one next week scheduled on Thursday. So no show next week, guys. No show Thursday the 14th. Thursday the 14th, Friday the 15th. Whoa, you know. So no show on Thursday the 14th. Anyway, moving right along. Last week, we interviewed Rich Sheldon, and he is a musician, actor, lived in Los Angeles for a number of years, 24 years, he told me, and he moved to Florida. So I went and saw him in Malibu when he came out to play. And I had never met him before this, but I went to his show. You know, I interviewed him, and then since I talked to him online, I decided that I would go and see him play in concert. And man, it was a really, really great show. He did all kinds of different types of music. Everything from Bob Marley. There was Paul Simon in there. I think there was some Bob Dylan. It was a great selection of tracks, is what I'm saying. It was a great time to go see Rich Sheldon live, and there was a lot of people there. And I had never been to Malibu, oddly enough, because I'm from San Francisco, as you guys know. I'd never been to Malibu. I don't have a reason to go to Malibu. So I went to Malibu to this winery, and I also don't drink wine. I'm not a wine guy. I don't drink wine. You guys know, week after week I drink beer. I'm not interested in wine. It's not my thing. And, so I went and saw Rich Sheldon at this winery, and I'm sitting there, and now there's all these pretentious white people there, like not people like me, right? Like pretentious ones. And I overhear this lady. Talking about, and I overhear her, and she goes, "Oh my God, have you guys heard about the squid?" And the friend's like, "Oh yeah, no, I've heard of that." And they're like, "What's it about?" And then this other lady's like, "Oh," and she badly explains the plot. Like she's like, "Oh, it's some game show, and they don't know something." She badly explains the plot, and then the other person's like, "Well, what network is it on?" And this other guy was like, "Oh, it's on Netflix." And he's sitting there the whole time, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on episode 3." But he never chimes in and goes, "Yo, it's not called The Squid. It's not what you just badly described. It's not some other." He never explains it. He's just like, whatever. But my thought, I'm sitting there as an actor, and I'm thinking to myself, they called this show The Squid. It's named, it's like it's like watched by the most people in the whole world. It's like one of the most. It's headed to be Netflix biggest show ever, and it's seen in 80 plus countries. And we're talking about the fact that this lady didn't even know what it was called. And so, as an actor, I often wonder this question as an actor. The question I have for other actors, for anyone who's watching the show, is what validates an actor, right? So you could be in the biggest television show, the biggest network show on TV, Squid Game. You could be in that, and you'll still have somebody at a winery sort of throwing it off, like, oh, the squid. But like, who does she know? If you're like Tom Cruise, is she like, oh my God, it's Tom Cruise? How big do you have to be? And does it matter? Does it matter? If you're happy and you're making money as an actor, does it matter if people know who you are? So if you're out there and you're watching this, type it in the comments. Let me know. Does it matter to you? Does it matter to you if people know who you are? Like, because to me, obviously, the show is called Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalatkis. So yes, I want people to know who I am. I'm Jason Zalatkis. So I say my name. I want you to know that name. So tell me, like, is it important to you then that people know who you are as an actor? Okay, maybe you're not an actor. Maybe you're just a fan of the show. But is notability, maybe in your field, maybe not even as an actor. Is it important that in your field you're recognized? Like, do human beings need that? So tell me. I mean, type it in. We'll talk about it next week. We're moving on. There's other things I want to tell you. I was thinking this weekend, right? Because I now live in Los Angeles and I'm from San Francisco. And you guys know that I love baseball. You know I love baseball. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a New York Mets fan. Okay, I'm a Mets fan. So the actual truth of the matter is I don't have a stake in the National League Championship this year, right? At least not the National League West Division. They're talking about it's the Dodgers versus the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be pretty exciting. So, for me, like I'm saying is I don't have, any sort of opinion on who should win that game. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have a horse in that race. That's just because, I'm a Mets fan. So I don't care who would win that game versus the Giants versus the Dodgers, because I live in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So living in Los Angeles, I guess I have to remain impartial that I don't really know who should win. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the mug I'm drinking out of this week. The mug I'm drinking out of this week is this thing, man. I don't know. I found it in the cupboard, and it looks like one of my kids might have made it. I don't know. Maybe. I hope that's why it's in there. What if one of your grandparents made this? Because when grandpeople get older, right? Grandparents and older people get older. Like producer Warren Madden. When they start to get really old, they start to go into, homes, right? So sometimes when they're in these homes, the old people make crafts. They make arts and crafts. And I have some arts and crafts from my great-grandfather, where he made this trivet for the stove that and I'm scared to use it, but it's like an arts and crafts that my grandparents made. So out there, do any of you guys have arts and crafts from your grandparents when they were in a home? Like my grandparents were in these really luxurious homes. So maybe your grandparents, my producer is telling me that we're going to have trouble adding people on the show today because there's an issue. Well, you know how we do. If we can't get people on the show, I will talk. We're going to work this out, producer Warren Madden. And speaking of producer Warren Madden, we're talking about when you get into a home, you can make arts and crafts. But does anybody out there have arts and crafts from their grandparents? Anyway, my son made this mug, so that's why it's on the show today. But it's also kind of sticky. So, I do this for you guys. I drink out of these odd mugs and do this weird stuff for you. Let me see here if we can find our guest. Okay, so I see the husband of the guest looks like he could be added. So the husband of the guest is on. Maybe that's who should I invite. Is that who I should invite? Let's try that. I wonder if that's the actual contact. Let's see what happens here. Singing on camera. I've got a fun show for you guys today. A seriously fun show. I'm bringing our guest on, but I wanted to talk about something else that Californians love before our guest can come on. I want to tell you that I pick on other states. You guys know that. You watch the show, you know I pick on other states. There's one thing you need to know about Californians. We love California more than anything. Now I'm from everywhere, okay? Like, I'm from California. I'm born in San Jose, California, but I lived in, you know, I stayed with my grandmother in Philadelphia for weeks at a time, with my grandparents in New York, you know, in New Jersey for weeks at a time. I've been all over the place, you know, but I got to tell you, like, nowhere is California. So I pick on other states. So I want you to know that I do that out of love. And speaking of other states, I'm about to bring our guest on, Lynn Cole. I'm sorry, forgive me. Kimberley Lynn Cole is about to come on and tell us about Shark Exorcist 2. But right before she does, she is originally from South Africa and has moved to Alabama. So are you ready for a show? Alabama, you guys. We're going to find out why anyone would move from South Africa and choose Alabama. We're going to get to the bottom of that on Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. Here we go. Let's see if we can do this. That was a really good segue, so it better work. All right. And we're rooting it on here. We're hoping this pays off. It said adding, and then nothing happened. Oh, we're getting something.
Hey. Oh, hey.
Hello there.
Hello there. Gorgeous.
It works.
Man.
Thank you.
Hi from Alabama.
Yes. So welcome to Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on.
So let's talk about why you moved, or how you got. I read in your bio how you got from South Africa to Alabama. How does that happen? Did you go somewhere else first? How did that work out?
No, I was born over there. My mom gave birth to me there, but she's an American citizen, and so she brought me home.
Okay, so you were just born there, yeah. And then you were shipped home like cargo.
Yes.
Okay, like okay, so
in like a little bag.
Right, like smuggled out, like an endangered species. Right, yes. And of course I'm joking. South Africa is not like Africa.
No, it's a beautiful place, beautiful people.
So speaking of a beautiful place and beautiful people, you know, I guess we'll go the opposite of that. Alabama, how did you land there? No, I'm kidding. No, beautiful people, beautiful place. I've never been to Alabama. The truth is I know very little about it. So how did your mom then, I guess, was from Alabama?
Yes. Actually, she was from Georgia, but she married my dad and moved to Alabama. So he brought her to Alabama, and we sort of stayed. And I sort of stayed, you know, which I've lived other places. I've lived Florida. I actually lived out in beautiful Los Angeles for about 6 months, and I came back here to take care of my parents. So.
Right, and when you say beautiful Los Angeles, I feel like you should use air quotes, like, you know, no. Beautiful Los Angeles.
Well,
you know.
I love the people there. I kind of felt like I fit it. Oh, forgive me. We should have muted that phone. I apologize. But yeah, I kind of felt like I fit in there. I was dating a director when I was out there, so I got to stay at the Chateau Marmont and have, you know, room service. So it was kind of fun. So okay, so I'm watching this documentary on Netflix, and it's the Night Stalker documentary. And it's all about the super seedy, scary side of LA. But it sounds like you didn't go to that part. Yeah, no, I guess I didn't.
You didn't stay in the Hotel Cecil or anything like that. You didn't stay in any seedy areas.
Gosh, I love paranormal stuff. Anything paranormal. So I would love to go to the Hotel Cecil because there's some mysterious stuff that's happened there.
And did you watch the documentary on that? Did you see it?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's bizarre.
Wasn't the documentary ultimately about not making a big deal about it? Like I realized there's this weird lore, right? Like.
Yeah, I think it's closed down. Isn't it closed down now?
You know, I don't know. I mean, they canceled my reservation, so I have no idea. No, I'm just teasing. I've actually never gone there. Like, I don't go to. I feel like I should, but I've never gone to that place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what do you think about the guy then who plays this character. So you're a character in a lot of films, okay? We're gonna get to your illustrious career. We're going to talk about Shark Exorcist, and specifically your nun. Part two, right. And because your nun character goes viral, sort of, in this photo. You took a photo on the grounds where you shot the movie. And then that photo got something like, what, 60,000 likes or 6,000 likes or something for being associated with that property, right? Like, it's this nice property. And then they're like, everyone, instead of liking these beautiful pictures of flowers, they like this picture of your scary nun, right? Did that happen? Tell me about that.
Yeah. It was a park. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of the park there that we filmed. But yeah, they did. It got a lot of notice because I had a butcher knife. I had like a Cutco knife. It's a really nice knife, a Cutco knife, butcher knife in my hand. So yeah, that got a lot of notice.
So you're not using a prop knife in that scene. You're using an actual weapon.
That was an actual knife. Donald Farmer is kind of a stickler for actual knives. So.
Yeah, so that could be deadly. Okay, so is it possible then, like the guy in the movie in the Hotel Cecil, this dude, he's like some wrestler, and he's there a year before the girl's even there, but he plays this character, and it almost destroys his life. Is it possible? Can you take a character too far?
I think you can. Yeah. Like American Psycho. Christian Bale. I think he lost a whole lot of weight for that, and just he sort of went psycho on set. Sort of changed his personality, playing the killer. And by the way, I love that movie. I love that.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic film. That's a genius film. Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
yes, of course.
The business card, crazy as it is, the business card scene is my favorite.
That's
my favorite.
I think that's where everybody goes. I immediately, my mind went, how white is your business card? And, and then I think Phil Collins, right, would be next.
Yeah.
What'd you think of,
Well, yeah. And the Huey Lewis in the News thing, because I never liked Huey Lewis in the News. So, the music being so prevalent through that, and him, just breaking it down scientifically, how much he loved Huey Lewis in the News. I don't know. That's the only part I guess I didn't like about it.
You didn't like that he was obsessed with Huey Lewis in the News. You thought, how can anyone be obsessed with Huey Lewis in the News?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that because you're not? I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's the joke of it. That how can anybody be obsessed with Huey Lewis in the News?
Oh, no way. Huey Lewis is a national treasure in San Francisco. He's from where I'm from.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We would take a bullet for Huey. I'll tell you that.
Really?
Huey is Robin Williams to us. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. And my wife is obsessed with Huey Lewis. Like, so when we saw that movie, we were like, of course, I'll kill anyone for Huey Lewis. Like that only makes sense. Did you know Borat? Did you know his son is named Huey Lewis? Like Borat.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
So Borat has a son whose name is Huey Lewis, not Huey, but Huey Lewis.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah. So is it possible in Alabama that someone could take your nun costume out of context? I guess what I gather is you're fairly religious in Alabama. I mean, I'm not really sure.
That's true. We are actually the buckle on the Bible Belt. We're the buckle right here where I'm at. So yes, and I was raised Catholic, so my mom has taken the nun costume. She says I'm sacrilegious. She's very upset about that, but she loves me, so she wants me to further my career.
So even your mom. Man, welcome back to Coffee Breaks Thursdays with Jason Zalakis. We were having an amazing interview, and then I don't know what the deal is. Somebody said this week that there was solar flares causing the. As we wait for the crowd to rejoin, you guys, come on. What is with this technology? Somebody said there were solar flares this week. I was in acting class this week, and somebody said, "Oh, it's the solar flares that's knocking out the feed." And I don't know if that's true. But what I know is I've had problems all week. What I've had problems with is that my Fortnite, I can't stay connected on Fortnite, and you guys know how important that is. All right, we're gonna bring Kimberley Lynn Cole back on the show. We're gonna get back to it here. I can't believe this is that we dropped the ball show, but we're back. Man,
Hey,
hey, so I
what's
don't know what
wrong?
happened. Yeah, so that's never happened. I've never actually had a disconnect during the show. The guests often do, but for me, I usually don't.
I'm so
Um,
sorry. I did do a ghost show. I did Dead Files with Steve DeShavi and Amy Allen, and they said that I had PK ability. So I don't really believe in that stuff, but maybe it's me because
okay,
so
so
maybe it's
right,
me.
so like I said, that's never happened, and so that the fact that
Mhm,
we're doing horror month, that's our theme, and that's why you're on the show
mhm.
because you're in Shark Exorcist 2. So back to what we were talking about, the nun and your mom and the religious thing, and as I was starting to
Yeah.
say, my mother hates my beard. My father constantly says, Jason,
Mhm.
you could look so much younger. But I go, no, 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 you guys, that's like my ticket. That's like what works for me. So like the
Yeah.
nun
Your
costume,
beard
right?
is
Even
great. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you. But
Yeah.
thank you. But what I'm saying is though is that so like if it works for you, the nun thing, if is it possible to get cast as a scary nun again? Is that like a role you would search for? You think?
Well, let me say, before I worked with Donald Farmer before, about 2 months ago, I did Bigfoot Exorcist, and I was the Mother Superior in that. So this is actually the second time that I've worked with the nun costume.
So okay, so Donald Farmer, that's what you said his name is. Is that right, Donald Farmer? I want to get his name right.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
Hmm.
Donald Farmer then is obsessed with exorcisms. Because like instead of
Yeah,
Sharknado,
yeah.
he's got like Sasquatch
Hmm.
or Bigfoot Exorcist, and he's got like
Yes.
uh,
Shark
Shark
Exorcist.
Exorcist. Right. So exorcisms are his thing.
And I'm in part two. That
Oh,
is his
yes, yes. Shark
thing.
Exorcist Part
Yes.
Two. I need everyone to know that Kimberlyn Cole appears in Part Two. Let's talk about a movie that you're in that is huge. You're in Body Snatchers, not Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but you're in Body Snatchers. And that's pretty cool because
Yes.
I saw that on accident, thinking it was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So
Hmm.
you tell us about that. There's a lot of people in that. There's Forrest Whitaker. There's like
Yeah, I
what
got
was
to
it
work
like?
with him. Arlie Ermy, got to work with him. Most of my scenes got cut out. But yeah, I did I actually did stunts because my brother was like a stunt guy. He had done some stunts, and so I got to do stunts in that film. Um, Marty Lyons was a football player for the Jets, and I got to do a fight stunt with him, and he actually kicked me in the jaw and like bruised my jaw up. But but I can take it
Wow.
anytime.
Well, right. So
Yeah.
wow.
So
So
I
so
I
yeah. So I've never heard
I
that
like to
before.
look at it that I started. Yeah, I kind of started out in A films and worked my way down to B films.
Right.
So
Right.
hopefully maybe I can work my way back.
So right. So okay.
But
So
I
I
love
I,
it. I love everything I've done for the business.
I you've been in movies with a lot of big people who seem to have done that, started in A films and worked their way sort of down to
Hmm.
B films. Like you were with
Hmm.
Robert Lasardo, who
Yeah,
have you worked with him on two different films, or has it been more than two?
yeah. Blood Bloodthirst and Death Count. I also work with Tara Reid in Bloodthirst, and I got to do my scenes with her. She bites my arm. She's the vampire queen. So yeah, and I got to work with Costas Mandalore also.
Right, from
He
Saw.
was Lieutenant Hoffman in a bunch of those films. Yeah, yeah, he's amazing. He changed up my lines, so he's great. He's awesome to work with. He's a lot of fun.
So Costas Mandalore, when you say he changed up your lines, he sort of like redirected you,
Yeah, yeah, he did. He made it
and right.
flow better. The guy that wrote the screenplay for Bloodthirst was Australian, and it doesn't translate. Some of the phrases and words are just not as comfortable for an English speaker, for just when you say them. And so he sort of changed it up so it flowed better.
Okay, he gave it a more natural flow to the dialogue then.
Yeah, yeah,
So was he
yeah.
was he
And
then
they give
credited?
him free reign because he's amazing.
Yeah, yes, right, right. So did they then like credit him as a writer, or was just like kind of a thing that just happened?
No, no, I think it's a thing that just happened. We filmed out in Nelson. and he just took us into this second story barn, and he just sort of started rewriting the lines for everybody. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I was just starstruck because I'm like, I saw the Saw movies. I'm like, it's Lieutenant Hoffman.
Right. And I think his biggest one is Saw 5, I think. That his biggest one where he
Yeah.
that may be the
Yeah,
one
so
where he sort of stars in.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you again, I'm having poor connection problems again. So if we get disconnected, we'll try we'll try to continue.
Okay.
So when Tara Reid bit you, did you go get tested after that? Like you've seen her
No.
off-screen antics. Were you worried? So
No, I love Tara Reid. I think she gets a bad rap. She's fantastic. She's very professional. I just love her. She was great. I mean, she told me that I did a good job on my scenes because I had to cry. Yeah, I can't really say a whole lot more because the scene is pivotal that we're in. But
of course,
yeah,
and don't give anything up.
She's just great. I like her. I think that she's just been through a lot. I think, kind of put through the ringer, and I don't know, maybe that happens to a lot of actresses out, in Hollywood, but I think she's fantastic. She was good. She was good to me. She was very professional, never flubbed a line, great to everybody on set. I don't have anything but good things to say about Tara Reid.
That's really cool to hear.
I'd love to work with her again,
Right. And I don't have any intention of bagging on actors. I go with jokes and stereotypes and stuff like that, So, I wanted to mention a fun fact that I found out about holy water, and because you were in Shark Exorcist 2, and so because you played this nun thing, and I found out that the vending machine was actually created to dispense holy water. And it was because the people were coming to this one Roman church, I guess, and they were taking too much. They were like, because people are greedy, right? So they were grabbing too much holy water. So in 70s, so they were like, oh my God, even holy water. They were like, yo, I got to splash this, I got to drizzle this on my pancakes or something. I don't know what they were doing, but,
it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We use it any chance we can around here because we live in a haunted house. Seriously.
And so do you go get naturally sourced
We've had
holy
two
water?
ghost shows here.
Do you actually go to the church and get naturally?
Yes, we do.
You do. So do you have a vending machine there?
We do.
You do.
I do not. Actually, I have two vintage Coke machines, but they don't dispense holy water. Just Coca-Cola, which is no use with ghosts.
No, I mean that. What I mean is when you go to the church, you get naturally sourced holy water from the church. That's what you're saying? Okay.
From St. Peter's, and yeah.
And St. Peter's does not have a vending machine for holy water. They offer it freely?
They do not. Yes, they do.
Is the demand for holy water gone down? I feel like that's what you're telling me. I feel like there's a less of a demand for holy water.
Probably not around here. Not around this place. No.
Okay,
we need it.
There's a huge demand for it. There's a less of a demand for it in Alabama. I need to know this.
There's more of I would say more of a demand for it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alabama
crazy
needs
people here in Alabama.
Okay, so you need
lots of holy water.
The holy water.
Send more.
So I see. So naturally sourced holy water. So behind you then is a plastic skeleton. Is that not true?
Yes. Yes.
How come you?
He's got.
How come you went with a
junkie shirt?
How come you went with a plastic skeleton and not a local ethically sourced skeleton? That's what I want to know.
Because I'm friends with the sheriff, and he's campaigning right now, so I didn't want to cause any problems.
Okay. So you could have got one on the off season.
Our sheriff here, I shouldn't say, I don't want to incriminate myself, but yeah, I could.
So does your sheriff?
But yeah, I don't want to get the sheriff in trouble because we're trying to help campaign for him. His name's Joe Settinger. It was actually on one of my ghost shows too.
So you believe in ghosts? You do believe in ghosts?
That's kind of a hard question. I'm not sure. I was raised that absence from the body is presence with the Lord. So I really didn't most of my life. But then I moved here to this place, and this place is crazy. If you come here, and I'm inviting you, you bring your wife, come here. If you stay here 3 or 4 days, I guarantee you'll believe in ghosts. This is the crazy place.
And you mean
Just like
that?
the technical difficulties that we
Do you mean
have.
Alabama, or
You've
do you
never
mean?
had those before?
That's right. That's right. I've never had.
No,
But
where we live, where we live,
you mean your
our house, our
actual
home.
farm? You mean your actual farm you live on?
Yes, yes.
Do you live on a farm? I mean, I meant that as a
Yeah.
joke, but do you live on a farm?
Yeah, it is. It is. And we used to run a haunted house for charity. We donated all the money to St. Jude, and we ran it for about 7 years. We had a hayride in a haunted house, and we also did it for the special needs adults up until COVID. We would do like a party here for them, and the ones that could get on the hayride would ride the hayride. Some are in wheelchairs, some are on oxygen, and they couldn't. But we do it. We've done things for special needs children, but people forget there are special needs adults, and they like to have Halloween fun too. So we did our Scream Farm. That's what we called our haunted house, Scream Farm. We did a party for them, and we would watch like the Ernest Halloween movie, and they love that. We watched Medea, her movie, her Halloween movie, and we would have hot dogs and cupcakes because we do a huge event for the community too, and we have all the whole community. They go to the volunteer fire department, and then they come here to our house. And even though we had a hurricane last year that took the roof off our house, we still managed to pull it together with generators. We had about 150 people show up, so we're a
So
big deal in this community.
yeah, that's incredible. I want to commend you for that. That's really cool. And you're right about the special needs adults. Shout out for doing that. That's amazing. I got sort of the hurricane took the roof off your house. That's a thing.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I know
it did.
that's a thing, but were you in the house, or were you like down below in the cellar?
We were there. The way our house is built, it's an A-frame, and it's built into the side of a hill. So we were in the part of the house downstairs that's built into the side of the hill, and our whole family was there. And it did take the roof off. And it's really funny because when the repairman came to redo the roof, there were like 14 people on our roof. And when they first came, I wasn't aware that they were here, and I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom. Thank God I was just brushing my teeth, but they were peeking down and they were waving. Because there was no roof on the whole bathroom area, so it was kind of funny. It was just funny. You had to be there.
Right. Isn't there a scene like that in Beetlejuice? I'm pretty sure there's a scene like that in Beetlejuice where they're just brushing their teeth and the art comes through the window.
I think there it is.
You know,
Yeah.
and
the
there's
money pit too. There's a scene like that.
there you go. And in Poltergeist, there's a scene where he's messing with his braces. So how dangerous are teeth in movies? Like So you mentioned earlier you do have vending machines. Your video's a little high. We're kind of seeing the high. Can you tilt your camera down slightly? There we go. There, that's so much better. Well, maybe not that low. Now we're getting. I'm sure the audience wants to see that, but maybe we're getting a little too much for our family show. There you go. That's excellent. So, so you refurbish. I read that you, and I'm a huge collector of like sideshow memorabilia, freak show props and stuff like that. Not like Todd Ray. I'm sure you saw the show Freak Show that Todd Ray had on television. He's a big circus collector. But you also refurbish amusement rides and carnival memorabilia. So what's that like? Tell us about that. Like, what do you? What does that entail? You go to a. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Circus posters, carnival posters, circus mallets. This is one of them. This is one of my collection.
That's amazing.
That's about 100 years old.
And that's from an original. Do you know the circus?
I collect circus mallets.
So is that from what, like
I do not. I do not on that one.
Okay.
I find them like flea markets all over the country, any place I can. I bought one from a private collector that had a lot of circus stuff, and he was trying to downsize. Most of them are 80 to 120 years old, and they use them these are not high striker. these are the ones that they use to bang the tent, the tent spikes into the ground to hold up the circus tents.
Wow.
So the strong man would usually use them, but to me, they're really special because of that. I don't know. You couldn't have the circus back in the day without the tent, and you couldn't raise the tent without the circus mallets. So I don't know. I'm not Harley Quinn, but I got interested in collecting these before that film came out. So
Yeah, and right.
I have about 10 of them now.
That is okay. So
And they're
that's
very
amazing.
expensive. You would not believe so.
Oh no, I believe it. I've been a collector of things my entire life. I've collected everything in my whole life. Every week on this show we do Toy of the Week, which is something because I made my money in the toy business, so I started in the toy business. So we're going to do Toy of the Week since that seemed like a real segue. And my kids chose Toy of the Week this week, and it's a good one. Check this out. It is from 1996. No, I usually show something much older. My collection is much older, and so but my kids picked this week, and so it's this rubber snake. But the best part is its name, Snake Park. Like hey kids, you've heard of Jurassic Park? Well, what if it was a snake slapped on a cardboard with Snake Park? So there's no such thing. Probably in Florida, they probably have. Do you guys in Alabama? Do you have snakes in Alabama?
We have rattlesnakes, timber rattlers, and water moccasins, and I love snakes. We actually have a jungle carpet jaguar python, and we took her in because we also rescue animals and dogs, and and we took her in when we first bought her. She has a neurological disorder, and she was having seizures all day long. But my husband is really good with herps, and he took her in and he's gotten her straightened out with her calcium. She was low on calcium, and now she has maybe one seizure every 2 to 3 days. So,
wow.
Yeah, she's a beautiful snake too. She has like a yellow, yeah.
So not to cut you off again, but now we're only seeing your eyes like this. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So our video keeps altering, but that could be part of the fun. So you took in a wild snake, is what you're saying. You rescued it, or someone brought it to you?
No, she would only be wild in Africa. She's a jungle carpet jaguar python. Okay.
Okay. So how did you get?
To help me with
that. Thank you. How did you get her at a show? How did you end up with rescuing a snake from Africa?
She was at a snake show, a herp show, and she was having neurological difficulties, and the man that had bred her, he couldn't handle her. He said she's just going to die, and so we purchased her from him so that we could help her. So,
wow.
Because he just didn't know what to do, and she was low in calcium. She had a severe calcium deficiency, and she was seizing.
How long ago was this? Like, how long does it take then for a snake to recover from seizures?
We've had her about 3 years, and the seizures started to decline within about 8 months.
But still, you said one every 3 days about?
Uh-oh, I'm having sound.
Oh no!
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you said the snake is having seizures every 1 to 3 days.
Yeah, which is better than all day, every day. She was seizing to death. She would just twist herself into a ball, and she would try to crawl upside down. I mean, it was really pitiful. It made us cry when we first got her.
Yeah,
my husband would just hold her, and because he was afraid she was going to die. But now she hunts. I mean, you have to feed them live.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that, but if you really want a healthy snake, you have to feed them live. So I don't want any kid to get upset that may be listening to this, so we won't say anything more. But
we don't allow children to watch this.
She's much healthier.
We tell children, no, get your parents' permission. No, we don't. We don't care. It's all out there on live TV. So how big is this snake?
She's about 5 feet long. We had another jungle carpet python. Her name was Oreo, and we had her about 12 years, and she passed away. She was older when we got her. She was the snake that these people that had her would take all the snakes to the school and say, hey, don't do drugs, kids, now pet the snakes. So she had worked with children, and she was older. We had her about 12 years, and Oreo passed away, and then we had her freeze dried. So we still have her. We just didn't have the heart to bury her.
You had the snake freeze dried.
Yes,
that's what you said?
We did.
So you could
yes,
so you could save her for snacks later, like beef jerky. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Well, we haven't tasted.
So wow, you kept the snake. You know, did you ever I saw this snake once, and it had a squirrel mounted on it that was sort of riding it like yeehaw, like, and it, and
yeah, that was in Alabama.
That was in Alabama. Have you ever seen that snake riding a squirrel?
I've seen pictures of it. Actually, I have friends that have things just like that at their house. They taxidermy everything here, everything.
Alabama. That's what we're learning today. Taxidermy and holy water are huge in Alabama.
Yes.
So I want to go back to
banjos.
And banjos.
Banjos. Now, when my husband is from Illinois, so when he moved here, I teased him after we got married. You know, I teased him for years. I was like, when you move to Alabama, you get a banjo in the mail. After 6 months, he's still waiting for his banjo. He still thinks he's going to get it.
And okay, so you've lived there now. How long has he lived there?
He's been here 21 years with me. He hasn't packed up and left yet.
21 years and
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, 21 years and never learned to play an instrument, or just not the banjo?
He can play the guitar, but no banjo.
Okay, but he can play the guitar. Very good. So you mentioned again. Let's go back to the carnival circus things. You collect circus mallets, which is an very, very cool collectible. And you said now you refurbish amusement rides. Do you let people ride them as part of your festivals you have there, or are they like personal collection? Don't touch those.
Yes, we have a 1949 Ferris wheel that we refurbished, and we do let people ride it. But lately, when we do Halloween, we just put skeletons in it and let the skeletons turn slowly. So everybody likes it better that way. They like to see the skeletons. So, but the two chaoses that I bought, I got from Elitch Gardens in Denver, Colorado. And I basically I parted out and sold one, and I still have the other one here. We've not yet refurbished it. So we really don't have the time. Yeah.
So how many rides do you own, do you think? 2? Is that what you're saying?
3, I guess 4 if you consider the elevator, which is in the haunted house. We still have it. It's a pneumatic ride that goes up and down on air. So so I guess we have 4. Yeah.
That is 4 more carnival rides than most people have, I would think. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
True. Yeah, I hope to have more.
And I mean, so how do you
I'm not Michael Jackson here, but I hope to have more.
Right. You don't yet. Do you have a pet monkey? Do you have a chimpanzee yet?
I do not, but I'm going to be working with a guy on film that has a pet monkey. His name's
Tell us about that.
He's more like a kid, though.
And what movie is that?
His name is Wesley Cannon, and that will be Bermuda Island, which I've worked with him. I worked with him on Death Count with he and Robert Lasardo. The Mahal Empire films. I worked with him on Death Count, and I'll be going to Puerto Rico in November to film Bermuda Island. So I'll be working with Wesley Cannon. He's going to be the creature. I can't really say much more than that, but he'll be in prosthetics.
That's pretty amazing. That's really cool. So let's talk about you. You're in a movie called Dead Clowns.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's about zombie clowns.
Yes.
And a couple weeks ago, we had Dylan Harvey on the show, and she was in a movie called Clownado, because everything's a tornado. And so
Yeah.
have you're not yet in a movie called Clown Exorcist then?
Not yet. I hope somebody makes it. I hope somebody sees your show and gets the idea to make it and invites me to be in it. And you too.
And me to be in it. Yeah, I play a pretty decent clown, particularly when I'm making dinner. There you go. Your husband should write that. He should get on that. He seems like a pretty creative dude. So you're also in a movie called Psycho Santa. Right?
Yes.
You're in, so who is scarier to you? Oh, there it is. Let's
visual
see.
Here.
I can't make it out. It's still, what is that?
Yeah. This is the Silent Night, Gory Night collection, and it had Psycho Santa and Satan Claus, and well, there was another one. I can't quite read it, but yeah.
Where is that
I
collection available?
Brought some of my movies up to show you.
Is that at Walmart? Like, where do you?
I'm sure you can get it on eBay. I'm not
eBay.
sure. Probably not now. It's older, but here's Dead Clowns. Can you see it?
It's really reflecting, so it's hard to see it. We're kind of, you got to tilt it.
Yeah,
I think you got to kind of tilt it. So there's Dead Clowns. There it is. Yeah, we can see it now. So
I love the cover on this one. The cover I thought was great on this one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's Dead Clowns.
What is scarier to you then?
Here's another Dorm of the Dead.
Dorm of the Dead, yes. Dorm of the Dead.
Fun now.
Yeah.
Here, I was actually in one of the worst films ever made. It's on this collection right here that you can buy right now on eBay or Amazon. Yeah, this is the Beast collection, and I was in search for the Beast. And I don't know if you've ever heard of David F. Friedman, but he did great films like Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS. I think that's banned everywhere.
Everyone has heard of that, absolutely. Everyone has heard of that. She-Wolf of the SS. Everyone knows that movie.
I worked with David F. Friedman on Search for the Beast and what was the other? Redneck Revenge. That you can't find that anywhere, I don't think.
Let's talk about a couple more of your films. Let me ask you a couple more questions. We are running out of time. Okay. All right.
I wanted to show you a fossil though. You'll get a peek out of this. Look.
All right, show it. Let's see.
This is called a VHS tape. This is called this is a VHS tape. They used to sell these.
Yeah.
That's me
I'm
on the cover.
So Cremains is a VHS tape you appear on. That is amazing. No new actor can.
It's on DVD as well.
So, but okay. So that is fantastic. I want to go back to Dead Clowns and Psycho Santa. Which is scarier to you? Okay. Is the thought of a Psycho Santa or Dead Clowns? Which one does Kimberly Lynn Cole find more scary?
Dead Clowns, because I get my throat slashed in that one pretty bad. The clowns just sort of rip my throat out. It was really great special effects. If you watch that one, it really looked good.
So as a circus fan, Joe Bob Briggs. Say it again.
Joe Bob Briggs was a really good friend of mine, and he said, I hate to see you like that. When he saw my throat was ripped, I said, I don't like that. I don't like to see you like that. He's a nice person.
He's an excellent host as well. Yeah, he's amazing. So shout out to him. So as a circus collector, you would say Dead Clowns are scarier.
I would say Dead Clowns is scarier because they're zombies and they were on the bottom of the ocean. They were on the bottom of the bay and they smell funny. They
smell funny, right? Because people from the circus don't have access to showers. So let's talk about it. You said they were zombies. Yes, of course. Let's talk about this. One of my favorite films. And when I was a toy guy, when I ran a website in my career, how I made my money in the toy business, one of the things we sold on my site was autographed bobbleheads from Ted V. Michaels from the film Mark of the Astro Zombies. and you were
I
in
have
that.
2 of those. Yeah, I have 2 of those. I actually saw him. I went out to visit him a few days before he passed. Yeah. So I got to see him again. Yeah, actually,
Oh my
here you
God.
go.
Oh my God. That takes me back because we sold those. I had a case of 50 of those we sold on my website, and they bobble in the middle. That is one amazing piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Wow.
I brokered
I have 2
those,
of them.
my wife just hearted
Awesome.
that comment because she loved those. So and you were of course in that movie with one of my heroes, one of my favorite people in the world, Brink Stevens. And did you
Oh, I love Frank. He's amazing. He's
shout out to her,
amazing.
of course. And
Yeah,
I think she just had a birthday. So if she did, I think she
he
did.
did.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday,
Um,
Frank.
right. So we'll have to tag her in this video. And that was really one of my reasons for mentioning it is I'm dying to be in a movie with Brink Stevens. I'm putting that out to the universe. But you got to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to be in Mark of the
Yeah.
Astro Zombies, one of the greatest movies. So congratulations on that. Anyway, what was that like?
She was in Dead Clowns too. Brink was in Dead Clowns also.
I didn't
Yes.
know that. Wow.
Yes.
So you got to work with her more than once. That's pretty amazing. And Sean
Yes.
C. Phillips was in with you in the Craiglawn incident. That's correct too, as well. The Craiglawn incident 3 with Sean C. Phillips.
Craiglawn incident, Part 3, Annihilation.
Annihilation.
I love
Right,
Joel
right.
Wynkoop. He's amazing. Joel Wynkoop is amazing. Shout out to Joel Wynkoop.
Joel Wynkoop. Shout out to him. So tell us, we have only a few minutes left. Tell us, where can the people find you? Where, if they want to look you up, they want to have you in exorcism of whatever, or where can they find you?
Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Kimberly Cole Zemke on Facebook.
Kimberly Cole Zemke on Facebook, but your stage name is right. And don't
Kimberly
be calling
Lynn
you,
Cole.
don't be asking you for no dates, yo. You're in love with Leo. We all know that. So get that, crowd. And don't forget it, man. He's my one and only.
He's a blessing. He's been good to me. He's a blessing.
And shout out to Leo. So you also have an IMDb they can find you on? They can check you out on IMDb?
Yes, I'm on IMDb.
And what do you go by on there? Kimberly Lynn Cole?
Kimberly Lynn Cole. That's it.
Do you have an Instagram?
I do. I think I'm Kimberly Cole Zemke on that, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm on there though. I used to have a Twitter, but
and do you have a TikTok?
Been tweeting.
Do you have
I have a TikTok, but I haven't started making videos yet. But I want to. I'm going to.
Do you plan to dance on TikTok?
I like to dance, so I love to watch it. Yes, I love the dance videos. It's amazing. I love to watch all the dance videos. And the cooking videos too.
You don't have any problem with people, adults, dancing on TikTok? That seems okay to you?
Yeah, because it's good for you. Keep moving. Yeah, it's good for the heart.
Kimberly Lynn Cole, tell us what you have coming up.
Oh my gosh. I was just in Horror Tales 666 Part 2. I was in Part 1, but we just did Part 2. That's Phil Herman, so shout out to Phil Herman. Of course, the Craiglawn Incident, Part 3, Annihilation with Joel Wynkoop. Have 3 movies that I've done for Mahal Empire: Bloodthirst, Bridge of the Doomed, and Death Count. And what else? And I'm doing a Shark Exorcist Part 2. I don't know if you've heard of that, but we're finishing it this weekend, and my death scene is going to be fantastic. I get to melt in the nun's outfit. I get to have prosthetics done and then melt into a pile of goo because of holy water. So they better hit that vending machine and get a lot of
so like street trash. You're talking about like the same type of the vending machine for holy water. Exactly. They better get their token. So they better get their priest token. So you're talking about like in street trash where they drink the Tenafly Viper hooch and they die, they melt. You're gonna do that? That's amazing. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, she's gonna throw it on me and I'm gonna melt, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, like the witch in the Wizard of Oz. I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be. But the most amazing thing I've done lately is get to talk to you and be on your show. Thank you so much.
Don't gas me, Kimberly Lynn Cole. so thank you. So, but seriously, okay, so you're gonna melt in Shark Exorcist 2, and was that the first time you've ever told anybody that? Is that a spoiler? Did we just find that out live here on TV on our show?
Yes, that's a spoiler. That's the first. I don't even know if I was supposed to say that, but I love Donald Farmer so much. He is just super, super amazing, and he's kind, and he's so much fun to work with, and I'm getting to work with young people that are up and coming, and like Angel Bradford, and I'm just happy about it.
So, and if this is shot all in Alabama, like Alabama has like a film scene?
No, Tennessee. Shark Exorcist 2 has been filmed all over Tennessee. Totally Tennessee. I'm going to be filming in Nashville this weekend.
Do you drive to that? Do you fly to that? I don't have any idea how far that is.
I drive.
You drive.
I drive. I love road trips. We have a van will travel. So, and I want to do a Western. So somebody cast me in a Western.
Oh yeah, right. Like awesome. So does it have to be a horror Western, or can it just be any Western?
Just any Western. I just want to ride a horse and shoot a gun. So
you want to ride a horse and shoot a gun?
I used to watch Western.
Yeah.
I can do both, by the way.
Okay.
I can do both. I was raised with horses, and I was raised shooting guns because I'm from Alabama.
Right. It's sort of your birthright, horses and guns. We know that. And corn, I don't know what you guys raise, but so you guys don't have corn. What is Alabama's big thing? I mean, California, we export all kinds of crap, but what do you guys?
Peanuts. We have peanuts. Watermelons and cantaloupes and things like that. You can grow that kind of stuff here. Soybeans.
Wow.
Lots of soybeans here. A lot of soybeans.
Right.
Heat.
Right. Heat. Is that what you said? You grew up heat?
Yeah.
So anyway, I usually have something sort of better to end on, but that's I usually come like, well, we can't get any better than that. So if you have anything to tell the audience, obviously that was great. You want to be cast in a Western. If people are up and coming, they want to be in horror movies. You've done this a long time. What would you tell somebody who was coming up in the business?
Just get out there, and hey, you can do your own films nowadays. People are doing it. People are doing it on a camera. Just get out there, put yourself out there, and start the audition process. Get a headshot made, and start putting together a reel by doing anything you can do. Do like I did. Start out in A films and work your way down to Bs. They're really more fun.
Yeah, you're not kidding. The tension.
Go to horror conventions.
Yeah, the tension of doing of a B film and a C film is a lot less than doing a higher film. Absolutely. So, Kimberley Lynn Cole.
That's probably true.
But they're fun, and it sounds like you've gotten to you've made a great go of it for so far, even and only more to come. I mean, with like you said, you're busy all week, and this is your second interview. Even this week, you've had another interview. You were on another show earlier this week,
mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I did a shout out After Hour Cinema.
That's awesome.
After Hour Cinema.
God must have blessed you in holy water. Anyway, so listen, guys, thank you for watching Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. Next week, there is no show because I'm on set shooting a commercial that day. You guys know I went back to commercials, so I had to do it. I tried to be an only film actor, but commercials drew me back in. Got to do those commercials here to pay the rent. So you guys, no show next week. Kimberley Lynn Cole, thank you for being our guest.
Thank you.
It was
Happy
a pleasure.
Halloween.
Thank you. Happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween to all your viewers. Happy Halloween to everybody.
Thank you, guys. And we'll talk to you soon. The best to you, and stay in touch. Thank you for watching, guys.
So much. Thank you.